So I have to tell you, my last 48 hours, it's kind of insane. I did not expect any of this to happen at all, but thankfully with a positive attitude and a go-getter attitude, I ended up scoring 2 free tickets to a Raptors game, and not just a Raptors game, but also being in a suite. So I want to tell you like what even just happened to me. Headed off to an event tonight, downtown Toronto. Okay, so I went to 50 Bay Street where the event was supposed to be, and it turns out I'm actually supposed to be at 50 Carroll. So I hopped in an Uber and I'm on my way now. These things happen, but oh my gosh, it's a little stressful because I don't want to be late for this event, but it'll be fine. Okay, so I made it. I was a little frazzled because I had the wrong location and I had to Uber and I'm tech challenged, but I made it. Look at this spread. That's just a part of it. Hi, Dan. House of Dwyer. Is it or Dwyer? I always say it wrong. Dwyer. Oh, I got it right this time. Yay. His sweaters, I honestly, they're the warmest sweaters of all time. Perfect for Canadian winters. Oh my god. Okay, this is Danya Clothing, but her actual name is Janan. And like low-key embarrassing. We talk literally almost every day on Instagram, and I had to just be like, what's your real name, well? Because I only know you as Danya Clothing or Danya Clothing.
Everyone calls me Danya though. Like everybody. Even my manufacturer calls me Danya. I'm like, hey girl, how's it going?
She knows me. She calls me Silky.
Really?
Yeah, they thought my first name was Silky.
Get out of here, bro.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Janan.
Yes.
But look what we're wearing.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
We love House of Highlight.
It's a really, really special night. We are here to celebrate, empower, and inspire women specifically, even though I know there are a few men involved here. But tonight's very special. Tonight the whole focus is around Welcome Toronto, in conjunction with MLSC, the Toronto Raptors, and NARS. I don't know if you guys know, but NARS also celebrated its 25th anniversary alongside the Raptors last year, so that's major. Another big...
Okay, so this is Claudia, and she is the regional director of the FGI Toronto chapter. Our heads need to be closer together because mine looks 10 times bigger. And she, can you tell me more about tonight and like how you got FGI involved?
So NARS is one of our sponsors, and they actually reached out to us and said, do you know some really great emerging designers? And of course, I thought of you guys. Yeah. So we sent the invite on behalf of FGI to this event tonight.
Yay! And we're going to a Raptors game tomorrow! I'm going to a Raptors game! Okay, this is absolutely crazy. So I got one ticket last night for the Raptors game tonight, and I kind of jumped the gun and I was like, Ryan, I got us Raptors tickets, and then I was like, oh, actually about that, I only got one Raptors ticket and I'm gonna go. So I was like, is that okay? Like, is that cool? He's like, yeah, totally. Or last night I messaged one of the designers that was there with me, and I was like, hey, can't wait to see you tomorrow night at the game. And he was like, actually, I'm not going. Do you want my ticket? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I'm headed right now to go get the extra ticket for Rybear so he can come to the game. But this is so crazy that I scored 2 tickets willy-nilly. Do you know where we're going?
No.
You don't? What do our tickets say?
Tickets.
Okay, so not only did FGI hook us up with free game tickets, they got us a suite.
3, 2, 1.
Whatever. This is insane. This is my first Raptors game. LOL.
Indiana, 6'10" forward, number 13 is Thomas Bryant.
Sick.
Get all the
This is the NARS Chinese New Year collection. So they have 2 lipsticks, an eyeshadow palette, a setting powder, and they're all inspired by good fortune and good things to come.
Raptors by 29.
So what I think is really cool, and the reason that I want to talk a little bit about NARS in this video, is because NARS and the Toronto Raptors both celebrated 25 years this year. So NARS was started by a French. NARS was started by a NARS was started by let's stop kidding around. NARS was started by a French makeup artist and photographer back in the mid-90s, and the Raptors also started, I believe, in 94. So they're celebrating their 25-year anniversary together, which is crazy. Is this bad? But I just thought the Raptors and NARS have been around for like 100 years. No, Canada is like just over 100 years. I just think 25 years is like not a lot to be around considering how popular these two brands are. But these brands are working together in some sort of sponsorship or collaboration, and I think that is really cool. The other thing I wanted to talk about in terms of how do makeup and the Toronto Raptors and basketball, NBA, like how does that all fit together, is the fact that Canadians, like, we're a little bit more reserved when it comes to flaunting our stuff and flaunting our talent. We don't like to rep our swagger as much as other countries do. And where I'm in the fashion industry, I notice that a lot. We are constantly comparing ourselves to other countries and cities, and it's so annoying. The Toronto fashion scene, we're always comparing ourselves to New York or Milan instead of owning what we have. And we have a lot of great stuff here. We have amazing outerwear, duh, Canada, we have to stay warm. And not just the obvious things like, oh, a winter coat, because Canada's cold. Like, we have evening wear designers, we have street style designers. We have like literally everything here, but we as Canadians, for some reason, don't support our own until those same people go off and make something of themselves. Hello, Drake is a perfect example of that. We're like chicken shit. Sorry, we are like scaredy cats to really flaunt what we have. One great thing about the Raptors winning last year though is that it's given us something to be proud about and like brag about, which is something that I think Canadians need to do more of. So hopefully the Raptors winning will really impact the fashion industry by leading by example and by giving Canadians a little taste of what it's like to like, we got this. I'm hoping that that will trickle down into other industries and areas of society like the fashion industry, and that when people get used to being like, okay, like I can like be proud of something, that people can feel that same way about wearing something that maybe their peers aren't wearing. A huge component of fashion is obviously makeup. So that's where I really think that NARS and the Raptors is a good fit. NARS also released like a special red lipstick last year in honor of the Raptors, which sold out like that. And I love to see these like cross collaborations happening and these industries cross-pollinating each other. I want to leave on a note and just give a huge thank you to Claudia, who's the regional director of the Fashion Group International Toronto chapter, who got me invited to this event, which ended up with a ticket to the Raptors game. Thank you, Claudia. I also want to give a thank you to NARS for the incredible palette. This is a generous gift. This is not a cheap gift, as well as hooking us up with the seats. And I want to also just encourage anybody who's watching to not be afraid to like rep your swagger as a Canadian, whatever that is. If you're watching this and you're outside of Canada, maybe you don't have that problem, but if you do, definitely like whatever you are proud of, whether it's like a cool outfit that you're maybe embarrassed to wear in public or like a crazy new eyeshadow palette, do it. Like, flaunt your stuff. That's what makes you you. Be proud of what makes you you. Don't be embarrassed. I'm not wearing any makeup right now. I don't care. Have to put on the NARS later. Please subscribe to this video. I will be launching a video every week. My name is D Silky. I'm a fashion designer in Canada, and I will be showing videos on this channel of creating custom fabric, creating custom designs, fashion shows, interviews, maybe some product reviews. We'll see. So yeah, follow me, subscribe.